Good morning, Church at Liberty Park. Today we're on Joshua 5, and here in the beginning of the chapter we see the Israelites renew the covenant that God has made with them. And then they have their first Passover in Canaan. Now let's focus on verse 13 through 15. So Joshua, he finds himself in a really difficult situation, an overwhelming situation. He is getting ready for the Battle of Jericho. And so let's look at verse 13. It says, "When Joshua was by Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing before him with his drawn sword in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, 'Are you for us or for our adversaries?' And he said, 'No, but I am the commander of the army of the Lord.'" And so this is kind of a puzzling response that the commander of the army of the Lord gives Joshua. And it seems that the commander of the army of the Lord is the pre-incarnate Christ. And so why does he answer Joshua this way? Well, I love how one guy puts it. He says, "The point of the exchange seems to be that it was not for Joshua to claim the allegiance of God for his cause, however right it was, but rather for God to claim Joshua." So God isn't going to give his allegiance to us. We are to give our allegiance to God. You see, we can make the mistake of asking God to bless our kingdom, to bless our plans, instead of asking God how we can align our life with God's kingdom, with his purposes, with his priorities in the world. And so let's continue reading. "And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped and said to him, 'What does my Lord say to his servant?' And the commander of the Lord's army said to Joshua, 'Take off your sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy.' And Joshua did so." So God reveals himself to Joshua. This reminds us of Exodus 3, where in the burning bush, where God reveals himself to Moses, and Moses finds himself in the presence of God. And really the greatest privilege that we have in life is to walk with God, to be in his presence, to know the power of his presence, and to daily practice the presence of God. And how do we have access to God's presence? Through Jesus' life and death and resurrection. John 14:6 says, Jesus says, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." So let's daily enjoy the presence of God. Hope you enjoy Joshua 5 today.